Our next guest, I had the pleasure of working with several years ago at Dudley Riggs ETC Theater on the West Bank. She headlines many shows across the Midwest. Please put your hands together for Susan Vass.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, after that lovely applause, I hate to start out the set with an apology, but I do have a cold this evening, and I hope it won't become too annoying. And the worst part when I have a cold is I never know whether it's feed a cold, starve a fever, the other way around. You know, I just feed them both, actually. 'Cause you don't want to make a mistake on that, you know? In fact, tonight, I don't want to beg for your sympathy, but I happen to have a cold, a fever, and a sore throat, so... I figure I'm eating for 4, okay? I know what you're thinking. I can tell what you're saying. There's someone who's had a lot of colds, aren't you? I can tell this, because I am a little chubby right now, but it's not my fault at all, really, for many reasons. First of all, I'm not really that heavy, okay? I'm just too short for my weight. It's the basic problem. Also, I am married. This is very fattening, all right? You betcha. I gained 25 pounds at the reception. It was kind of a surprise to him, of course. Also, I had a baby recently and gained 45 pounds during my pregnancy. Not real recently. He's in 8th grade now. But weight that's lost slowly will stay off better. It's kind of a medical thing. Although it has been my experience, most of the women I know do not like their own bodies. Isn't this true, ladies? It's always something, isn't it? I mean, we have a sea of gorgeous women here tonight. I bet if we did a survey of the ladies leaving here tonight, we would not find 3 women who would go, "My body, it's perfect. I love it exactly the way it is." Isn't this true? Because it's always something. A couple of examples. One of my friends, beautiful face, tiny little waist. She hates her hips, okay? Another one, 95 pounds. She's fit, she's trim, she works out every day. I mean, she has the kind of body I would do anything to have except diet and exercise. And and she doesn't like her body either because she thinks she's too flat-chested. Okay, so it's always something. You know, I myself, more full-figured, as Jane Russell and I say, and a lot of people in this culture think it would be wonderful to be full-figured, but there are a number of problems with this that you might not be aware of, or maybe you are. I can tell who you are from here. Because they do not make attractive lingerie for full-figured women. Right? This is a fact, right? You go down to the lingerie department like at Sears, you know, I mean, sometimes even nicer places than that, right? And you see what they have down there for the 32 Bs, it will break your heart. Right? Beautiful, beautiful stuff, black lace and silk and satin. Your 42Fs will go right through that stuff. Just rip it all up. This is true. You go down to House of Large Knockers, and the stuff they have down there is made out of sailcloth. Burlap, right? We're talking sturdy fabrics, okay? And they got like 8 hooks, right? Yeah. Full of hardware, right? Underwires, overwires, pulleys, winches, you know, it's not an attractive kind of a garment. Perhaps there are some among you who are naturally thin. I think you know who you are. And there's something I think you should know about yourselves. People hate you, okay? Should just know this, I think. No, I find that the naturally thin sometimes have kind of an attitude. You know, a little scrawny carry-out boy at my supermarket looks at my 8 bags of groceries and he said, "You gonna drive up for those, ma'am, or are you planning to just eat them here?" You know, it's... the kind of attitude I can do without. And you get a lot of bad advice from the naturally thin. You know, my hairdresser, Karen, beautiful woman, almost 6 feet tall, thin, blonde, gorgeous. I said, "Karen, how do you stay so thin? Her big advice to me? Oh, Susan, sometimes I just get so busy I forget to eat. Get real, huh? I mean, I've never once in 39 years forgotten to eat. Although I have on occasion forgotten that I've already eaten. It's why I never really learned to swim, you know, because my mother always made me wait an hour after eating. Kind of hard. My husband is among the naturally thin. It's been very tough living with him all these years. He's an exercise fanatic. He runs 5 miles a day. I run 5 feet a day myself. No, seriously, I think a good rule of thumb, you should be able to run the length of your own body, I think. Guess my main problem, I'm kind of a binge eater. I have semi-bulimia. I just do the binge part. And the worst binge I ever went on in my life, my husband had 10 people from his office over for dinner. To be honest, I'm not even that good a cook. In fact, when my child was very small, whenever I would go near the stove, he'd go, hot, hot. But one of the things I do best is desserts. So I made this dinner, and for dessert, my specialty, chocolate cheesecake. Okay, it's got 40 ounces of cream cheese. It's about this high. It's the kind of thing you can actually watch people get bigger while they eat this. So the 12 of us ate half of this chocolate cheesecake. Okay, now the next day, my husband went to work, and I was alone with the cheesecake. So I had a little piece for breakfast. You know, who wouldn't, right? And then a little mid-morning snack, you know, about 7:30, and then it was all raggedy. I had to even it up, you know. How unsightly is that, right? And then I had a piece standing up. That doesn't count. So pretty soon, I had eaten all the cheesecake. Now my husband is coming home, and this is not the kind of item which is typically burglarized from your home, you know. Because I thought of trying that, you know. It was awful. They tied me up, but no. He's a pretty smart guy. I didn't think he'd buy that. So what I did, I baked another one and ate it down to half. We've been a lovely crowd. Some people have asked me how my family is adjusting to my doing this for a living, and my little boy thinks it's pretty cool. He's keeping a scrapbook for that clipping I got that time. Probably saw that. And my husband is getting used to people coming up to him at work and saying, "I really enjoyed your wife last night." I'm Susan Vass. I hope you did. Thank you very much.